Hello and welcome back, or welcome to Bookmas again. Christmas tree, Christmas vibes. Today we're talking the books that I wish I'd read in 2020. Now, these are the books that I planned to read this year and did not. There are plenty of other books that I bought this year, which is in another video, my book haul for the year, which yeah, let's not talk about that because that's just scary. So this is essentially from at the beginning of the year, I made a list, a spreadsheet, because I love a spreadsheet, nerd, of the books that I wanted to read this year, and it had about 33 books on it. 35. Now, I have read well over 60 books this year, so in theory I could have read them, but I've been reading, you know, other books and books that I got, NetGalley books, you know, all this jazz. So I've not read all of the 35 books. I mean, I've done pretty well, but today I'm going to take you through the books that were on that list at the start of the year and that I have not read. And quite a few of these have been on my list to read for a while, as in years. Not all of them, but some of them. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First book, which I was going to read during our first ever lockdown, and I don't know what happened. Everyone loves this book, but the cover just does nothing for me, which is why I haven't read it. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Like I say, everyone loves this. Sophie B Books told me to read this. I was going to, and then I can't remember what happened, but I didn't read it. So sorry to everyone who loves this book. Maybe one day I'll read it and I'm probably like love it, but it's just, the cover's just boring. Like, it does nothing for me. So I've not picked it up. Yeah, that's my first failure. Next is a book that I had in my autumn reads, one that I wanted to read. I think I did pick it up and I was going to start it, but it's so big that I put it back down. A lot of these are quite big books, actually. Maybe that's where my fault lies, in that I don't like reading big books. I don't like reading big books, and I don't lie. I don't think I like big books, and I cannot lie. I don't like big books, and I cannot lie. Does that work? Yeah. Just because I can read more if I read thinner books, and my attention span is not massive. The President is Missing, Bill Clinton and James Patterson. I am actually really excited to read this. I just don't pick it up. I just don't pick it up to read. That's all it is. Oh, I don't know. I can't help it. Next, we have Beautiful Broken Things by Sarah Bernard. Again, been on my shelf for a long time. I actually think this is super pretty, but I just don't know why I don't pick it up. I don't think I really see it on my shelves. It's quite skinny. Again, with this one as well, Song for a Whale by Lynn Kelly. I picked these both up at the same time, years ago, and I've just never picked them up. I think they're both beautiful books, so I don't know why I haven't picked them up, because they're quite skinny, so definitely going to have to read those next year. I'm going to have to make like a pile, aren't I? And I'm going to actually have to stick to the pile and pick from the pile, and I won't be able to finish the year. 2020 cannot end until I finish that pile. But then I'm going to have a pile of books out all the time. Maybe I'm going to have to make a shelf. Oh, then it's going to be mixed authors. Oh, goodness. What a mess. I don't know. Anyway, those two books, like I say, I think they're super pretty. They're not very big, so I could read them easily, but I just don't pick them up. I think I don't notice them on my shelves. They're not in, like, my most used spot on my shelves. They're kind of where the mixed-matched books go. So, yeah, sorry. Okay, next. A book that I borrowed from my grandma. I think my grandma's probably forgotten that I've got it, so I can probably keep this until I read it. Small Island by Andrea Levy. Again, only reason I haven't picked it up is because it's big. I have no shame in saying that I just can't deal with big books. 500 pages. How do you like them apples? That's a big boy. So, I haven't picked that up because it's big. Oops. Look, I said that all of these were quite big books, but this is not a massive one. This is quite skinny. That is Everything I Never Told You. Now, I don't know why I've not picked this up. I'm going to have to make like a skinny pile of books that I just need to pick up when like I need something that I can just finish in a day. I don't know why, because I mean it's pretty, and maybe it's just because I don't know really much about it and I've not read it. Oh, now this next book, everyone is going to be so upset at me about for not reading it. one day I'll get to it. I don't know why I don't pick it up. It just doesn't draw me in. The Night Circus. I can't say anything about it. I don't know. Everyone loves this book. I paid £1 for it in a charity shop. I've still got the charity sticker on the back. But there are other books that I want to read. Now, I think my problem with this book might be that my head tells me this is similar or on a similar level to Caraval, which I didn't really enjoy, like it wasn't for me. And I worry that this is very similar. I know it's a different author and everything like that, but I worry that this is similar, so because of that, I've read it. To be quite honest, I haven't actually read what it's about. Well, it doesn't really have a blurb. Okay. This has been out since 2012. Why have I not read it yet? The circus arrives without warning. It's literally about circus. Yeah, see, I think this is going to be too similar to Caraval. That's why I've not read it. I will read it one day. I still want to read it because, you know, everyone loves it so much. It's like The Nightingale. Like, I want to read it, but it just, when I've got to pick my next book, it just doesn't draw me in. It doesn't draw me in. That's, again, needs to go in the pile of has to be read before the end of 2021, which is a whole year. Like, I have a whole another year to read this book. I'm going to give myself a year this year, and what happened? I didn't read it. So I have got 2 Jojo Moyes books in this pile, books that I haven't read. Do you know what? I've just noticed that they've got very similar covers, and again, they just don't really drag you in. I do not know what they're about. I think I did start reading this one at some point. This is the Peacock Emporium, and then we've got the Horse Dancer. I think I did start reading the Peacock Emporium once. I read like 10 pages, and I was like, meh, so I didn't read it. I mean, that one sounds okay. I really love her books, but there are a couple which I'm like, they're not very exciting. And I feel like these are going to be in that kind of section. So I've not read them. I will, obviously, because I'm a Jojo Moyes fan, so at some point they are going to get read. Let's say next year. But yeah, they just need to get read, don't they? I just haven't picked them up. They're not skinny, so I haven't thought, oh, I'll just quickly read those. I know that it's going to take me like over a week to read one of these, so that's probably why. Oh well. I have 2 hardback books, which I was supposed to read this year, and I haven't. One is The Miniaturist. Obviously, this has been out for a while. Now, I've got, you will have seen on my channel before, a special edition, like cloth-bound book, which actually, I didn't realise this is on the inside of here, has that pattern all on it. And I bought this so that I didn't have to read that one and like scuff it up at all. This has been out since 2014. So 6 years later, and I've still not read this book. Oh, trouble is, I lent it to my friend as well, and she didn't like it. She was like, whoa, it's a bit weird. Let's be honest, I just need to read them. I just need to suck it up and read them. I don't know why I'm not reading them. Like, I've just got so many other more exciting books on my shelves. Well, I do know why I'm not reading them, because I've got more exciting books on my shelves. And when I buy new books, I want to read the new books. So what can you do? What can you do, honestly? So The Miniaturist, I really do need to read at some point. I don't know how many like book people have actually read this book. Like, I know it was, look at me, it's heavy. I know it was quite big, like at the time, but I never really see anyone like talk about it now. So I don't know whether anyone loved it. Do you know what I mean? See what I'm saying? And then we also have Where the Light Gets In by Lucy Dillon. Now, I bought this in Asda, not this year, but last year, so 2019, because I opened up the front and the character's name is Lorna. I mean, obviously I had to buy it. Like, you never get Lornas in books. You just don't. Like, it's very rare. So I found a book with my name in it. Like, the main character is actually called Lorna, and it's spelt the same as mine as well, which isn't always the case. And it's got a sausage dog on the front, and look, sausage dogs everywhere, and they're my favourite dog. Do you know what? I've never looked underneath this sash jacket. Okay, well, it's not overly exciting. So yeah, this one is on my list because I just want to read it because it's got my name in it. I don't even know if it's any good, but it's got my name in it, so I've got to read it. I still haven't read Lorna Doone, you know. I've got it on my shelf, and that's where my mum got my name. And I've still not read it, so shocking scenes from me in the Lorna front. Anyway, if anybody knows any more books that have got Lorna in there, spelt Lorna, then please tell me. Maybe I could do like a month of reading books with my name in. That would get confusing, wouldn't it, with the characters? But that would be quite exciting. I might quite enjoy that. Okay, so that's it. Those are the, what was that, like 11 books that I was supposed to read this year, and I told myself I was going to read this year, put it in my spreadsheet, and I didn't. So that's a rollover to next year. It would be interesting to see this time next year how many of these books I have actually read. Wouldn't it? I mean, I've only got 11 months in which to do so because December just is Christmas books. I can't read any of these in December. So, I mean, I might set myself quite a high Goodreads challenge next year. So, is there any excuse for these books to not be read this time next year? No, there is no excuse whatsoever. Unless my circumstances change. If I'm living the life I'm living at the moment, there is no reason for these books to not be read this time next year. So, I mean, I guess I'll see you in a year's time and we'll just see how I failed again. Because I keep buying other books and then reading the books that I buy. Oh well, it's fine, it's fine. I will read them, I'll read them. Cross everything, please. Just cross everything. Oh my god. Right, anyway. We better stop here before I start signing any contracts that I'm going to read certain books and things like this, you know, because then I really will screw myself over, won't I? Oh, the panic. I'll have too much pressure on me. Oh well. Right, thank you very much for watching. Happy Bookmas, happy reading, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!